How's it, fellas? Thanks for tuning in again today. I'm at home. I'm in my in the living room in the digs where I'm living. I was going to film this outside today, but unfortunately the wind's a bit mad. The sky's a bit black, and I'm thinking, I don't want to be sat there and the rain's going to come along. So I'm wimping it out, and I'm recording this from home today. So I want to share just a couple of verses with you. Not saying I do a lot of, so. Just a couple of verses from scripture. I know not everyone that follows these videos are followers of Jesus, and I respect that. But yeah, sometimes I like to share some of the scriptures that have really stood out for me and that God's used to really speak into my life, and stuff that I think would be encouraging for all of us. So I'm going to read two verses from 1 Peter chapter 5. 1 Peter's one of the letters in the New Testament. Anyway, verses 8 and 9. Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Resist him, firm in your faith, knowing that the same kinds of suffering are being experienced by your brotherhood throughout the world. I just think there's a lot in there for all of us, whether we choose to follow Jesus or not. You know, if you're a follower of Jesus, we're aware of the fact that there's an enemy to our faith that wants to take us down. But even if you don't follow him, Jesus, that is, if you come out of an addiction background, and I know a lot of people that watch this, my videos, have come from a background of addictions to various different things. What's the enemy of your progress in life? The enemy, if you've come out of an addiction to alcohol, the enemy is alcohol. You wouldn't go hanging around the outside of a pub and getting a smell of all the beer and seeing people having a bit of a jolly up in the pub, because you know that that's where the enemy is, and he's looking to take you down. He's looking to get you back into that addiction where you're just spending hours and hours drinking and just losing control of your life. If you're addicted to porn and stuff like that, there's certain channels you just don't scroll to on the internet, certain places you just don't go to on the internet. The enemy's there and he's going to try and take you down. And as followers of Jesus, we're in the same boat. Whether we have come out of an addiction or not, there's something out there that's going to try and just derail our walk with Jesus, derail us from trying to be the men of God that he's called and created us to be. So Peter says that we need to be sober-minded, and he's not just talking about not being drunk and not being stoned and stuff like that. Sober-minded here is more about being switched on. We need to be switched on in life and just be watchful and be aware that there's plenty of hazards out there that are going to look to trip us up. We don't have to be paranoid in life. I'm not saying be one of these conspiracy theorists and just thinking that everything's is out to get you, but just be mindful of the fact that there's certain places and certain situations that I need to avoid. If I don't, then I'm likely to get tripped up. I'm likely to be taken out by the enemy, and that just really spoke to me, and it made me think about my life before I got married. I've been married 18 going on 19 years now, so it's quite a long time ago. I hadn't long been working on the underground, and I was living in a flat in Mitcham by myself. At that age I'd stay up quite often beyond midnight. I think when you get a bit older you go to bed a bit earlier, so I was staying up quite late. I had satellite TV, and I just happened upon these 10-minute adverts for a porn channel. The enemy took me out. I've battled with an addiction to pornography for many, many years, and I signed up for a year's subscription to this channel, and I regretted it as soon as I'd done it, but there it was. And short of actually pulling down my satellite, there it was for the next year. The enemy, I'd allowed myself to get into a place where the temptation was there, and the enemy took me out. So here I am now, 25 years later. I'm living in accommodation by myself. There's two other fellas here, but they keep themselves to themselves. My wife's away, my daughter's away. It's easy to kind of slip into that kind of I'm on my own kind of mindset and no one's going to know kind of thing, So I've got to be sober-minded. I've got to watch myself, and I've got to have men around me that are going to cover my back and just pray for me and stuff like that. And if, as I say, if you're not a follower of Jesus and you know that you're going to be in a situation where there's going to be, the enemy's going to be there, whether it's going to be, you're going to a wedding or something like that, and there's going to be a lot of beer around. You need people that are going to watch your back for you. Don't let me drink, don't let me smoke, whatever. Be watchful, be sober-minded, and just be aware of the fact that temptation's around you. And I think when we resist him, when we're firm in our faith, we can get to the other side of these things. My wife and daughter are going to come out to Ireland at some point, and I want to be in a strong place when they do. I don't want to have given in to my temptations. I want to be in a strong place. And the problem is, if we do give in to our temptations, I know myself, I'm going to be all kinds of messed up, and my wife and daughter need me switched on and sober-minded. They want to come out and find me in a good place. So I don't want to let them down. I don't want to let myself, I don't want to let my God down, my friends down. And these verses kind of finish off with brotherhood. And that's such an important thing for each and every one of us. We need people, we need brothers that are going to have our back. And brotherhood for me is not just, we meet down a pub and watch some football together. Brotherhood for me is not just, we maybe go out hunting together or hiking or climbing a hill together and all that kind of stuff. All of that stuff's important to men. Fishing together, and it's all important to men. But brotherhood's got to have a deeper meaning. Brotherhood's got to be able to get past those surface stuff and really think about, what's going on? Where's your heart? Are you in a good place? What's tempting you at the moment? How are you resisting that temptation? How are you feeling about things? What's going on at work? Is work getting on top of you? Have you got problems with your kids that are just getting on top of you? That's brotherhood for me. It's not just going out and doing what men do together, but it's actually getting into the heart of what's going on in our lives, and we need that kind of brotherhood, and this channel is all about that. I want men to commit to each other and be that support and encouragement to each other. And it's not just because we need people to be accountable to. These men that you're connecting with have likely experienced the same kind of temptations you're experiencing, and that's what these verses say, isn't it? The things that are tempting me, where the enemy is trying to take me out, it's not something that no one in the world, in life, has experienced before. The things that want to kind of take me away from Jesus, take me away from being the man that my family want me to be. They're not unique to Mark. They are stuff that many people around the world have experienced, and probably some of my mates that I connect with, not probably, I know some of my mates have gone through the same kind of struggles and challenges, So we're called to be sober-minded. We need to be wise. We need to be alert. We need to have brothers that are going to support us. We need to recognise that they've probably been through what we're going through now, and they may have good advice for us to help us kind of get past the temptation, so to speak. And at the very least, they're going to be able to come alongside us and support us. So have you got men like that in your life? Have you got brothers that have worn the t-shirt that can support and encourage you as you go through the challenges of life? That's what Man Aware is all about. I've got a men's group up and running in South Africa. I'm in Ireland now. I've got a few fellas that I want to talk to about this stuff, and maybe get another group going here in Ireland. But if you're up for it, please just leave me a message. You can direct message me, or you can leave a message in the chat after the video. And let's get another group going. Let's get to know each other. Let's support and encourage each other. And let's help each other be sober-minded and watchful, so that we don't give in to the enemy that wants to take us out. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in again today. It's been really good speaking to you, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bless you guys.